Welcome to Montana, the top 30 places to visit. Known as the Treasure State, Montana offers majestic mountain ranges, pristine lakes, charming small towns, and world-famous national parks. Today, we're counting down the 30 best destinations across Montana that you won't want to miss. From historic ghost towns to breathtaking alpine valleys, each spot has its own magic and story to tell. So sit back, relax, and let's begin our journey through the best Montana has to offer. Number 30. Quake Lake. Formed by a massive 1959 landslide that blocked the Madison River and created the body of water. A visitor center provides exhibits explaining the geology, the dramatic slide, and the human stories tied to the event. The lake's shores and surrounding forest feel both eerie and beautiful, a place of reflection and dramatic natural history. Hiking trails nearby allow views of the lake, cliffs, and scars in the hillside where the slide occurred. Fishermen can cast into the lake's quiet waters for trout beneath steep rock faces. Scenic drives past Quake Lake connect to West Yellowstone and the Madison River corridor. The contrast between the newly created lake and surrounding mountains offers striking photographic opportunities. It's a powerful reminder of nature's force and a fascinating stop for history, geology, and peaceful reflection. Number 29. Theodore Roosevelt Memorial Ranch. Commemorates visits and conservation work by President Roosevelt in Montana's backcountry. The site includes walking paths, interpretive signage, and preserved ranching structures emblematic of early 20th century life. Wildlife is often visible: elk, deer, and even bears passing through the ranch pastures. The ranch sits adjacent to expanses of grassland merging into foothills and pine forests. Guides offer occasional tours or talks about Roosevelt's conservation legacy in the region. It's less crowded than major parks, giving visitors a quiet window into Montana's conservation history. As sunsets glow, the open skies and silhouette of old barns make for picturesque scenes. For history lovers and peaceful wanderers alike, this ranch is a contemplative stop. Number 28. Garnet Ghost Town Historic Site. One of Montana's best preserved ghost towns. Once a gold mining settlement in the late 1800s. Visitors wander dilapidated log cabins, a schoolhouse, a general store, and mining relics among overgrown paths. Interpretive plaques show personal stories of miners, families, and the harsh mountain lifestyle. Nestled in wilderness, Garnet is reached via scenic forest roads and trails, giving a frontier feel. In summer, wildflowers and chiming songbirds soften the ruins with life around them. Autumn leaves among the weathered wood turn the place hauntingly beautiful. Rangers or volunteers sometimes lead guided walks focused on mining engineering and frontier life. This ghost town is a compelling blend of history, mystery, and Montana's rugged past. Number 27. Gates of the Mountains, Missouri River Canyon. A dramatic canyon stretch where limestone cliffs soar above the Missouri River. Lewis and Clark named this portion of the river. Boat tours follow their route through the gates. On the cruise, you see sheer walls, interesting rock formations, and maybe wildlife like bighorn sheep. The river's glinting water and cliff reflections make for serene, majestic views. Interpretive narration guides you through the geology and early exploration history. Kayakers or experienced paddlers venture here in calm conditions to feel the canyon's silence. Dawn or dusk trips are especially magical, with soft light on stone and water. The gates combine historic depth and raw wilderness beauty in a uniquely Montanan river corridor. Number 26. Bannock State Park. Bannock is a preserved ghost town and Montana State Park where gold was first discovered in southwestern Montana. The town site retains dozens of original buildings, saloons, jails, churches, homes, and mining structures. Walking tours bring to life tales of miners, frontier justice, community growth, and decline. The park's rugged surroundings, rolling foothills, sagebrush, and nearby river enhance the frontier feel. In summer, costumed interpreters sometimes host reenactments or storytelling. Quiet trails lead to vantage points overlooking the gold-bearing creek and old mills. Photographers often visit at golden hour to capture dramatic shadows among weathered facades. Bannock blends Montana's mining heritage and ghost town mystique in a living museum setting. Number 25. Flathead Lake. One of the largest natural freshwater lakes west of the Mississippi, known for its clear waters and scenic beauty. Surrounded by mountains, forested hills, and charming lake towns, it's a hub for water recreation. Boating, fishing, especially for trout and whitefish, kayaking, and paddleboarding are popular here. Numerous public beaches, campgrounds, and picnic spots line its shores. In summer, ferries or excursion boats carry visitors across parts of the lake. The lake's calm surface mirrors distant peaks, offering tranquil, panoramic views. Nearby wineries, farms, and orchards provide a taste of Flathead Valley life. Whether relaxing on the shore or touring the lake by boat, Flathead offers a quintessential Montana water escape. Number 24. Giant Springs and Roe River. One of the largest freshwater springs in the continental U.S., producing millions of gallons of water daily. The Roe River, flowing from the spring, is extremely short but scenic as it winds toward the Missouri. A visitor center presents the hydrogeology and ecology clearly with exhibits and walking views. Trails circle pools, bridges span the stream, and fish can be viewed through clear waters. Interpretive signs explain the aquatic ecosystem and the spring's role in local water supply. The springs emerge beside lush riparian habitat, wildflowers, and mature trees. In early spring, mosses and ferns thrive in the moist ground around the source. A quiet, refreshingly green spot, Giant Springs is both scientifically fascinating and beautifully serene. Number 23. Red Lodge and Beartooth Pass Scenic Drive. A picturesque mountain town often called the gateway to the Beartooth Highway. From Red Lodge, the Beartooth Pass Drive ascends through alpine plateaus, sharp curves, and dramatic views. Along the pass, tundra landscapes, glacial cirques, and snow patches linger even in summer. Wildlife such as mountain goats and marmots may appear beside the road. Wildflower fields in late summer contrast with rugged granite ridges. The highway connects to Yellowstone, making this route a favorite for road trip lovers. Red Lodge itself offers galleries, shops, a historic downtown, and cozy lodging. The combination of a charming town plus one of America's most scenic drives makes this spot memorable. Number 22. Makoshika State Park. Montana's largest state park, located in the Badlands east of Glendive. Desert-like terrain, hoodoos, eroded buttes, and sweeping vistas dominate the landscape. Fossils abound. Interpretive trails show exposed dinosaur bones, seashells, and ancient plant remains. The park's trails climb ridges, lead into gullies, and look out onto the strange sculpted earth forms. Sunset lighting intensifies the colors of the badland layers: ochre, tan, rust. Birdwatchers might find prairie species, hawks, and sagebrush dwellers here. Camping under wide skies offers incredible stargazing and a sense of remoteness. Makoshika is a dramatic contrast to Montana's mountain scenes and perfect for fans of geology and solitude. Number 21. Chief Plenty-Coups State Park. This park honors the life of Chief Plenty-Coups, the last traditional principal chief of the Crow Nation. The site includes his historic home, native gardens, interpretive exhibits, and burial grounds. You'll learn about Crow culture, history, and Chief Plenty-Coups' leadership in treaty times and transition. The gardens are planted in traditional native species, creating a living connection to Crow heritage. Trails around the property offer views across the valley toward the surrounding hills. The visitor center often features artifacts, photographs, and educational programs. The quiet setting lends itself to reflection on native history and resilience. This park offers deep cultural insight and respectful remembrance of Montana's indigenous legacy. Number 20. Bighorn Canyon National Recreation Area spans Montana and Wyoming, offering dramatic canyon walls rising from the Bighorn River. Boating and kayaking through the canyon reveal towering cliffs, alcoves, and wildlife along the banks. On land, trails lead to overlooks, wildlife observation points, and historic ranch sites. Bighorn Lake, formed by the Yellowtail Dam, extends deep into the canyon, enhancing scenic vistas. The contrasts of sunlit rock, emerald water, and shadowed alcoves create powerful visuals. Peregrine falcons, bighorn sheep, and other canyon dwellers sometimes perch on cliffs above. The visitor centers share Native American history, ranching heritage, and geology. A wilderness meets water experience, Bighorn Canyon embodies Montana's rugged and aquatic dimensions. Number 19. Garnet Hill Recreation Area. A rustic mountain recreation area offering trails, cabins, and campgrounds in scenic surroundings. Its forests, streams, and ridgelines invite hiking, mountain biking, fishing, and nature walks. Overnight cabins retain a historic feel, often without full modern amenities. In autumn, the foliage turns gold and red, coloring the slopes in vibrant hues. The area is relatively quiet, so stars at night and dawn ambiance feel intimate. Wildlife such as deer or foxes may roam nearby as you hike. The elevation and topography provide vantage points of surrounding peaks and valleys. Garnet Hill is idyllic for travelers seeking simple immersion in Montana's montane landscapes. Number 18. Missoula and Rattlesnake National Recreation Area. A lively university town, is rich in culture, arts, breweries, and outdoor access. Just north of the city, the Rattlesnake National Recreation Area offers forested trails, streams, and wild terrain. Hikers and mountain bikers find loops through meadows, thick woods, and river corridors. The nearby Clark Fork River adds water features and fishing opportunities. Missoula's galleries, markets, and live music scenes make for entertaining urban stops. Seasonal festivals, breweries, and historic architecture add character to your stay. From Missoula, you can explore deep into the nearby wilderness or relax in town amenities. This pairing suits travelers who want both vibrant city life and quick access to natural escapes. Number 17. Big Sky and Lone Mountain. A resort area known for skiing in winter and alpine recreation in summer. Lone Mountain defines the area, offering hiking, scenic chairlift rides, and panoramic views. Meadows, wildflowers, ridgelines, and wildlife mark the summer landscape. Zip lines, chairlift tours, and guided nature walks give access to high elevation zones. In winter, the same terrain becomes legendary skiing terrain under big Montana skies. The resort village provides lodging, restaurants, and base camp for adventures. Photographs from the summit show sweeping valley views and distant peaks. For a mix of comfort and high-altitude exploration, Big Sky delivers year-round appeal. Number 16. Glacier National Park. Many Glacier Area, often called America's Switzerland, for its dramatic valleys and peaks. Lakes like Swift Current and Grinnell shimmer amid rugged ridgelines. Hiking trails lead to alpine passes, waterfalls, and glacier-fed streams. Boat shuttles across lakes connect trailheads and reduce long treks. Wildlife, especially bears, moose, and mountain goats, is common in this sector. Summer wildflowers paint meadows with vibrant colors beneath soaring mountains. Campsites and lodges in many Glacier give immersive overnight options. It's one of Glacier's most scenic and adventurous corners, worthy of deep exploration. Number 15. Lewis and Clark Caverns State Park. These limestone caverns near Whitehall showcase superb underground formations of stalactites and stalagmites. Guided tours escort you into chambers, vaults, and galleries deep beneath the earth. Passageways reveal flowstone draperies, columns, and fossilized remains in rock. Above ground, trails wind through forested hills, meadows, and scenic overlooks. Ranger talks explain cavern geology, the cave formation process, and conservation efforts. The cave's cool, damp ambiance contrasts with hot summer days above. Visitors enjoy picnic areas, interpretive signage, and forest walks. For those curious about what lies beneath Montana's surface, these caverns bring the subterranean world to life. Number 14. Pictograph Cave State Park. Near Billings, Pictograph Cave preserves ancient rock art painted by prehistoric people over centuries. Elevated boardwalks take you close to the panels without damage to the rocks. Images of animals, hunters, and symbolic figures remain faint but evocative in red pigment. The visitor center provides interpretive displays on local culture, archaeology, and geology. Trails climb to vantage points overlooking the valley and river corridor. Quiet early mornings allow intimate encounters with the rock art before crowds arrive. The setting blends a rugged box canyon, dry hills, and open skies. This site offers a compelling connection to Montana's indigenous past and artistic heritage. Number 13. Virginia City and Nevada City. These two historic towns near each other recreate Montana's Gold Rush era life with preserved buildings and reenactments. Virginia City features saloons, stagecoaches, wooden sidewalks, and period-costumed interpreters. Nevada City is an open-air museum of gold mining machinery and frontier artifacts. You can pan for gold in local streams and try hands-on mining demonstrations. Horse-drawn carriage rides and historic tours add flavor to the experience. Shops and cafes in Virginia City hearken to 19th century styles with modern hospitality touches. The surrounding hills and valleys host hiking and scenic vistas beyond the towns. For history buffs and experiential tourists, this pair of living towns offers a lively step into Montana's past. Number 12. Yellowstone National Park, Northern, Gardner, Mammoth Hot Springs. The north entrance near Gardner gives access to Mammoth Hot Springs, thermal terraces, and geothermal wonder. Travertine formations slope downward in a shifting lacework of hot, flowing water. Boardwalks navigate terraces, pools, and steam vents, highlighting geothermal activity. Wildlife such as elk, bison, bears, and wolves roam near Mammoth. Historic Fort Yellowstone buildings and the Albright Visitor Center add cultural context. The area is a gateway to Yellowstone's interior, with roads branching to major attractions. During cooler months, the park's northern corridor feels quieter and more intimate. This front door to Yellowstone combines geothermal spectacle with wildlife and heritage. Number 11. Flathead National Forest and Bob Marshall Wilderness. The Flathead National Forest stretches across vast mountain ranges, rivers, and valleys in northwest Montana. Within it lies the Bob Marshall Wilderness, one of America's largest roadless wild areas. Trails access alpine passes, remote valleys, glacial lakes, and rugged peaks. Backpackers find multi-day routes through wild country with minimal human footprint. Rivers such as the Middle Fork flow deep through canyons and forested rims. Wildlife, grizzly bears, wolves, moose, and mountain goats roam freely in this backcountry. Fishing streams, secluded campsites, and majestic viewpoints await ambitious explorers. For those seeking raw, untrammeled wilderness, Flathead and Bob Marshall deliver unmatched freedom. Number 10. Hell-Roaring Plateau, Blackleaf Canyon, a wild high country of alpine bowls, cliffs, and remoteness. Trails wind through meadows, talus slopes, open ridges, and hidden high lakes. Blackleaf Canyon offers deep glacial carving, waterfalls, and sheer rock faces. The light and shadow across basalt cliffs produce dramatic contrasts in photographs. Backpackers enjoy solitude and high-altitude terrain away from crowds. Wildflowers carpet summer meadows, while snow patches linger into midsummer. Views from ridge summits look into glacier, Great Plains, and distant peaks. Hell-Roaring and Blackleaf reward adventurous souls willing to travel deep. Number 9. Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, Bros Yellowstone Falls. The Yellowstone Grand Canyon is a vividly colored canyon carved by the Yellowstone River over eons. Upper and lower falls plunge dramatically through rock, with viewpoints from both rims. The canyon walls display hues of gold, red, and ochre, sculpted by heat and water. Trails lead to overlooks like Artist Point, Uncle Tom's Trail, and brink of the lower falls. Rivers and rapids crash far below, framed by evergreen forests. Fog, mist, and sunbeams interplay to enhance the spectacle throughout the day. The roar of waterfalls and depth of canyon evoke awe and power of nature. As one of Yellowstone's dramatic showpieces, the Grand Canyon is a must for every visitor. Number 8. Glacier National Park, Logan Pass and the Going to the Sun Road. The Going to the Sun Road is an engineering marvel winding across glacier from west to east. At its crest lies Logan Pass, with alpine tundra, wildflowers, and panoramic vistas. Trails here include the Highline Trail, Hidden Lake Overlook, and others that step through rugged benches. Wildlife, like mountain goats, bighorn sheep, and marmots, frequent the high meadows. The road's curves, rock cuts, and cliffs are dramatic, plus photogenic from every turn. Early summer snowplow reopening is itself an event many visitors time for. The contrast between valley forests and barren alpine ridges feels cinematic. As Glacier's signature corridor, the Going to the Sun Road and Logan Pass combine accessibility and grandeur. Number 7. Rocky Mountain Front, White Bob's Creek, forms a dramatic transition zone where plains meet soaring peaks. Bob's Creek and nearby drainages carve through foothills into steep ridgelines and cliffs. Trails climb ridges, cross forested saddles, and open to sweeping views of valley and range. This zone is prime wildlife country. Elk, deer, bears, and raptors make frequent appearances. The front offers quiet escapes from more crowded mountain sectors. Sunrise and sunset light bring dramatic shadows and glow to ridgelines. Photographers and hikers find endless vantage points into the vast Montana landscape. For a rugged, transitional mountain experience, the front never disappoints. Number 6. St. Mary Lake and Wild Goose Island lies on Glacier's east side, framed by peaks, ridgelines, and glacial slopes. Wild Goose Island, a small rocky islet, stands in the lake, often featured in iconic Montana photos. Boat tours cross the lake and offer views back toward Rising Wolf Mountain. Trails nearby climb above to vistas overlooking the lake and distant valleys. Reflections, morning mist, and alpine backgrounds make this a photographer's favorite. The contrast of water, stone, and sky feels meditative and grand. In late season, vibrant foliage frames the lake in golden tones. St. Mary Lake and Wild Goose Island are emblematic of Glacier's dreamy mountain lake aesthetic. Number 5. Yellowstone National Park, Lamar Valley. Often called America's Serengeti for its abundant wildlife on open grasslands. Wolves, bison, elk, coyotes, and bears are frequently spotted grazing or hunting at dawn and dusk. The valley's broad floor and sweeping views let you scan for wildlife across long distances. Early morning light and mist over river bottoms add dramatic atmosphere. Driving loops let visitors explore side roads for elk herds and birdlife. Guides and wildlife tours often center on Lamar's ecology, predator-prey dynamics, and photography. The valley feels wild yet accessible, with few obstacles between you and the animals. For wildlife lovers, a dawn drive in Lamar Valley is among Montana's greatest experiences. Number 4. Glacier National Park, Two Medicine Area. Two Medicine is a quieter corner of Glacier with a deep valley, lake, and ridgeline trails. The Two Medicine Lake reflects mountain walls and accesses hikes into alpine terrain. Trails climb to summits, passes, and hidden high meadows above the valley. Boat services across the lake sometimes shorten treks to backcountry routes. Native lore and Blackfeet history imbue the region with cultural depth. Peaceful shores, forested slopes, and clear waters invite both relaxation and exploration. Fewer crowds than some glacier sectors help preserve solitude and introspection. For travelers wanting prime mountain beauty with less bustle, Two Medicine delivers. Number 3. Flathead Lake Islands and Wild Horse Island State Park. Wild Horse Island is the largest island on Flathead Lake and a state park unto itself. Trails traverse open grasslands, forests, and shorelines. Wild horses roam freely. From the island's ridges, panoramic views of the lake and distant peaks unfold. Boats ferry you across, or you kayak to the island for a day trip. The island's mix of habitat hosts deer, birds, and horse herds in semi-wild conditions. The contrast of water expanses and island uplands feels intimate and adventurous. Quiet beaches invite picnics, reflection, and swimming in clear lake water. For a unique inland island experience in Montana, Wild Horse Island is a standout. Number 2. Yellowstone National Park, Old Faithful and Upper Geyser Basin. Old Faithful is perhaps Yellowstone's best-known geyser, erupting at surprisingly regular intervals. It sits in the Upper Geyser Basin, surrounded by myriad other thermal features: pools, vents, fumaroles. Boardwalks guide you among extravagant hot springs in vivid hues of blue, orange, and green. The background of steam, mineral deposits, and forested hills creates an otherworldly scene. Ranger talks explain geothermal dynamics, Yellowstone's supervolcanic nature, and safe visitor conduct. Early morning or twilight visits reduce crowds and enhance light on thermal features. The eruption spectacle, the churning hot springs, and the raw heat beneath the earth enthrall visitors. As both iconic and educational, Old Faithful and its basin are essential Yellowstone experiences. Number 1. Glacier National Park, Many Glacier and Swift Current Pass region. The Many Glacier and Swift Current Pass area is crowned as Montana's premier alpine experience, rich in lakes, glaciers, and jagged summits. Trails climb from valley floors past streams, forests, waterfalls, and up toward high mountain passes. Views from Swift Current Pass look over sweeping basins, cirques, and distant peaks. Wildlife, grizzly bears, moose, mountain goats, are commonly seen in meadow or avalanche zones. Glacial meltwater feeds clear lakes like Grinnell, which reflect the immense peaks above. Backcountry cabins and campsites allow multi-day traverses through remote, high country. Photographers flock to sunrise and sunset for golden light bathing rock and ice in soft glow. This region best embodies Glacier's grandeur, wilderness, and sense of transcendence, making it the #1 place to visit in New Montana. Thank you for journeying through New Montana's top 30 places to visit. This countdown has unveiled hidden gems, thermal wonders, historic towns, alpine passes, and wildlife havens. From Quake Lake's dramatic origin to Many Glacier region crowned as #1, each destination offers a unique facet of Montana's vastness and beauty. Use this guide as inspiration, whether you carve a multi-week road trip or handpick a few that call to your sense of adventure. May your travels bring you wide skies, quiet trails, and unforgettable encounters across the Treasure State. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.